Campion. Conley.
Here.
Bennett.
Here.
Bono.
Here.
Kenya. Six present. Jim, you want to lead us on the pledge of allegiance? Pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I think everybody had a chance to see the minutes, any corrections or any changes. If not, I entertain a motion to accept.
Motion. Second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Kim, you want to give us a financial report?
Sure, so, anyone doesn't have to know, at the EDD did our balance sheet, our profit and loss. This is only through August 31st, though, we're about 53,000 there. Income is about 37,000, this is from January to the end of August. But, I want to add that we did receive reimbursement that might be painful from New York State to about $64,000 about a week or so ago. We replenished our cake. We still have a CD. It's earned about $400 over this past year. Rates are going down, so we have to decide what we want to do when it comes to November. So we want to think about, do you want to roll it over, or do you want to just see what rates are doing and come back to the board at that time, but what really want to think about with rates going down, we have to do is long term, so we can't do it today. So, other than that, that's all I have.
I'm going to touch on the request to the county.
Yep, I got that here. I put in a letter of request to the Ways and Means Committee. For $175,000. It's a reimbursement request. It's I don't want to call it a loan. It's a, we get reimbursed by the state. It's the grant that we received is not like a grant that we get the funds. We get reimbursed for those funds. So as soon as we get the funding back, we'll pay the county back. This last reimbursement, the first one we got took about 90 days. The last one took about 30 days. So we're hopefully, I have the paperwork in place. I submitted it already once to the lady that does the reimbursement request to make sure that how we have to do it is correct for when we do it this time. So hopefully the turnaround will be 30 days. So the county would have their money back in 30 days. So that's the request. It's for the demolition costs and the air monitoring services for these demolitions that we're going to start, which we'll talk about in a minute. So I got a meeting with the committee this Friday, I believe it is. So I put in a request for that.
Is there a motion to accept Kim's report?
Motion.
Cindy, second.
Yeah.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Like demolition projects?
The demolition projects are moving forward. They're all set. They've been let. The holdup has been the National Grid, and been several weeks of going back and forth. I've been pressing on Kirk quite a bit, and I'm laid off a little bit. There's some other issues going on, and I'm not going to press Kirk at all. So we'll figure it out when it happens. It happens. They have a contract that's supposed to be done by October 20th. If it occurs then, I'm hopeful, but we'll see. It's supposed to occur by October 20th, all demos. So I don't know what else to do with that deal.
Doesn't National Grid cause us problems with whatever project we're on? I mean, it's not, I don't think it's just their system. It's how it
He's on
goes.
them. I mean, the guy that deals with the National Grid on their end is on them. I've been through Kirk. Kirk's well aware of it. He's reached out to his people. It's the end of the year. I'm sure they have everybody and their brothers trying to get demos done at this time and to get the jobs done. That's where we're at.
More than gas.
It's the gas. It's the gas, it's not the electric, it's it's the gas shutoffs.
So we can't just pull the meter.
That's just what we're waiting on. We got 2 done out of 6. They're not coming down till they get 6. Everything else is ready, permits, everything.
You got the list of those, Mike?
List
The
of,
list of the 6?
yes,
Is that the sequence that we're having?
the 2 that are ready is one of them in Little Falls, it's been pulled, which is odd, one in Little Falls, not the other one in Little Falls. And, the one in Ilion has been pulled. And the one in Frankfurt, they want banned because it's, the bridge project, they want to use that property. And they asked if that be pulled first, and I expressed that to National Grid next, as did, the demolition company, as did the bridge company. But they didn't pull
We went through that with a bridge and started out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a year and a half, and we had to beg and plead with them to get that taken care of.
it. It's crazy. So we're at National Grid Mercy right now, so.
These to be pretty good now.
So I don't know what we'll do. I mean, if I can't hold, we can't hold the contractor, I don't believe liable if National Grid is holding everything up right now.
Right.
So we'll revisit this. If I have to, people call a special meeting. But I'm hoping, he still thinks they can get it done if they have, even a couple of weeks, they can get this project done. So even though they slated it to take roughly 30 days to do all, he believes they can get it done in a couple of weeks. So we shall see. I reached out to him again this morning, so that's where we're at with the demos.
Rehab, Mike?
Rehab projects. Rehab's been moving along very well, actually. The Mohawk project, the guy completely gutted the property. Actually, I told you before when we looked at the project, he removed the back half of the roof completely of the house. And then he's ran into some issues with the codes officer. He hired a private company to do the roof, Utica Roofs, and he's in a kind of a battle with the Mohawk codes officer. And I know the Mohawk codes officer is kind of tough, so he's got to figure that out. He switched gears a little bit. He's working on the house in Herkimer, and he's coming very well with the house in Herkimer. He's got that house got it now. He's got the roof going. He's got siding going on the house. New electrical lines are being run already. New windows put in it, and the siding's going on. So he switched gears. He's going all out on this one. And as soon as he gets the other property permitting in place, acceptance of the codes officer, he will move forward on that. The property at Ilion is going very well. It had an issue that people were shy away from. The foundation was caved in on one side a little bit, bowed. I went over there. He took that foundation out, like 30 feet of the wall, and rebuilt the whole wall. It's amazing. It looks very, very well done. The whole house has been gutted. He is now doing the same thing. He's rewired the house and started from scratch and redoing it. Great job, both of them. So they're moving forward, looking good.
I'm sorry, can you refresh, who's the contractor?
Oh, the Alien?
Tyler Brown
Tyler
is the
Brown's-
one, and the other guy is,
That's okay. I just, out of curiosity,
yeah.
I couldn't remember.
He had the shop that went into Dodgeville on the right, the exchange. Give me 1 second, right? Brandon Edick. That's not the name of his company, but it's something property management.
Yeah.
Edick Property Management.
Okay.
Because I was kind of skeptical, but then I saw, he gave me photos and things of his work where, I knew the property in Mohawk needed the roof to be, it was kind of caved in the kitchen dining room area. Got to replace the roof, and everything, the rafters. And then he showed me properties that he had done, and they had done that. So I said, oh, well, he has done some things. So
What's the issue the codes officer has with it, you know?
he wanted, different things. He was difficult right from the get-go, you know. He wanted it tore down. And I've always said, and you're a codes officer, you know, all properties can be redone. It's how deep you want to go.
Right.
You know, and, you know, there are properties that probably should come down, and maybe that should have, but if you want to go deep enough to fix it, you can fix it.
Spend however much money you want to spend.
And again, I've always said, as a codes officer, if an engineer gives me plans, it's above my pay grade, and that goes over my,
Yeah.
you
Do
know.
what the engineer says you're good.
That's right, you're good. So, and he has an engineer, so he's gotta work it out with him.
Right.
Sorry.
What's that, Jimmy?
If he's got an engineer, then the engineer should tell the codes officer to go pound.
He has the final say. They can be difficult sometimes.
Who's the codes officer in Ohio?
I can't think of his name.
Sweeney, I think.
As a, he's Jeremy Flats.
He's both of
Is he both?
them. He's,
Yeah, he's tough.
He can be tough.
You know, those code guys are very, very temperamental.
We
You
know.
gotta treat them with some kid gloves, so,
We gotta take him some receipts.
yeah, take them something. Yeah.
So that's where we're at. We do need to, in the next round that we got, these properties that the county just turned over to us, do some rehabilitation projects ourselves, and we'll discuss that moving forward, but, because we had roughly $400,000 in funds that we have to utilize, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Which we are right now, I guess, right, Jim?
Budget, right?
Oh, budget's next. Oh, budget. Budget.
Okay.
So this is the 2026 budget put together. I made some adjustments to correct some issues that we had to correct. One of them was the audit. I didn't have that with the accounting. I had to increase that. Audit was almost $10,000, which I didn't realize it would be that much, so we adjusted that. Our bookkeeping, which is working out very well, I adjust that up a little bit. I probably didn't adjust our, it'll work out. I put a little bit extra in there for the QuickBooks. And we're gonna pay that, we're talking about paying that annually, it should be a little cheaper, so, okay. We should be okay there. Legal, I bumped that up a little bit. I'm hoping to, I don't know if I did anything. Sale of properties. Next year, we'll be trying to sell these properties that we're gonna rehab. I put down $300,000 to rehab these properties this year. We're gonna try and get these properties going to rehab them. There's the one out in Litchfield, which we'll have to talk about. I got an email from a guy that worked at that fish hatchery. So I don't know if you know where that property is, maybe Ray does. The property's right across the street from where the fish hatchery is.
Oh, you're talking not Litchfield, the
Oh,
Starkville.
not Litchfield, Starkville, I'm sorry. It's the property in Starkville. Right across the road is a fish hatchery. This guy worked there, he lives out there. He sent me an email. He must have inquired with your office, Kim. He's interested in that property, so. However we do it, we gotta start rehabbing these properties ourselves. So, the one in Little Falls, I thought maybe going into Little Falls, the driveway that goes up to that house, maybe we'll look at rehabbing that property. We're gonna have to take a deeper look at some of these properties. To see the Little Falls, we'll get their engineer, they'll let us use him for the services to evaluate the property, which is good.
You say we rehab, you mean bidding that out?
It says me bidding it out, not you doing it.
We're
No,
not-
no.
We're not gonna rehab.
No, we're gonna bid it out for contractors to do it.
Yeah.
So if we need a roof, we'll bid it out for a roof company to come in and do it, or we'll get a general contractor to rehab the whole property, whatever we wanna do. So,
Spruce it up. Yeah,
what do you say?
we're not, spruce it up, we're not putting cabinets and.
No, we're gonna do the whole property. We're gonna make it a house to live in. We're gonna rehab the whole property.
That's new to me, I guess.
Yeah, they want
I
you,
think
the
you're
state
right.
wants you to rehab a property back to a livable property, 100%.
Well, then 300,000 isn't enough.
I was just gonna say,
That's where I'm getting at. I mean,
You're gonna have 125, 150 in a small it if you rehab it, you know?
You are, but that's what they want you to do.
No, I mean, we'll just decide what, when we get to it, what,
Yeah,
you know.
you have to decide what you wanna do. We, not, have to decide what you wanna do. But that's what they want you to do. They want you to retain the inventory we have and rehab as much as we can. They don't want us to demo properties. They want us to rehab as many as we possibly can. And they're gonna give us more money to do that. So if we can show that we're spending this money, I can apply for more funding. If I can show that we're spending this money, or we have it allocated to a certain project, I can apply for more funding for other projects.
So this is state money.
This is state money.
Do
Our
we have
money
to do
is state money.
prevailing wage when we hire these contractors? Prevailing wage.
Prevailing wage, no.
Every other thing we do in this state is prevailing wage. And I'm glad they're allowing you to do that, but, I mean, to Ray's point, $300,000, aren't we, a bigger bang for the buck would be letting the general public do it at their cost, and we just offer some type of incentive,
We can do incentive things too. We can do
give you
incentive
a
things.
bonus at the end of your.
I don't know about bonuses. I can check.
Give you $10,000, I don't know, come up with a number or some type of benefit, but take that 300,000 and use it for a bonus of sorts.
Then it could affect multiple properties instead of 2
Yeah.
or 3.
I mean-
With 300,000, I mean,
It's one house.
it's not a deep dive into it right now, but
Yeah.
300,000, you're talking maybe 2 houses.
Yeah, 2 houses. That's what I was thinking this year. That's all we have funds for.
Which
2
it may
houses.
be, it may be fine. I mean, it may work out, because if you put 150 in a house, you're probably gonna get 350 out of it. I mean, if you do it right, you know?
No, my thought process, we can only do 2 properties.
Right.
And that's what I was thinking. I was thinking the one in Starkville, the one in Little Falls, and our funds are gone. They're expended for this budget, but I would apply immediately there's funding that we have to apply for soon that I have to reapply.
Oh, that money that comes back, racing.
Yeah.
Where's that going?
That goes to us. We keep that fund. So if we sell that house for $300,000, that goes back into our funds.
You know, if we're picking up 300,000-400,000.
That's how,
And the positive side to
I
it
don't know,
is,
I don't know.
the
You guys
positive,
are-
the positive side to it is you're only involved in 2 properties instead of 10.
right,
You know,
and it's
so-
our
so
first delve
It's
into
not as
this.
much on the plate, but.
We get into like, the one out there is your well or septic, you're dealing here in the city, you're kind of covered, there's unknowns.
Right.
You can see there's a drilled well, is it good, we don't know, you're hoping so.
Right.
You're hoping the septic's okay as well, couple unknowns, but
It's
you deal with them too,
First place you start is the well.
Exactly.
Right, if the well's bad, then we don't have nothing to do with it.
The best will tell you, let's have water.
So, but that's where the land banks now, when they first started the land banks, not us, previous, they gave them the money. Now we have to submit for reimbursements. They gave them initially.
Same with Chip, same with everything. State's
Right.
doing that.
So, and how the land banks are getting their money back now is just this way. They rehab the project, they sell the property for a little bit of a bonus, and that funds go back into the program, you have those funds. So that's how we're hoping to, that's where you see down the road, I'm asking for 100,000 from the county again for the next couple of years, but hopefully that's weaned off by 2028. We're out of the county's pocket at that point by selling these properties. You're hopeful that you're done with that.
I did ask Mike to put a 3% increase for him.
I put in I initially put in no salary increase. I submitted the budget, and Jim submitted it back, since put in a 3% increase, so I did. But that's your pleasure, not me.
Or it came from me, not mine.
And that's, again, I have a letter that's gonna go, that went to Kurt for the 100,000 from the county as well, for budget allocations and land bank, again for next year, so. Whether the county approves it or not, it's in there. We will, and hopefully they'll see that it's good faith, you legislators that are here, we're gonna be borrowing that money to pay for the demolitions. We will need to do the same thing for these renovation projects. We're gonna have to borrow the money from you and then get reimbursed and pay you back. And you'll see that it's a good faith issue, like this first project that we do with these demos. When we get that 174, whatever it comes to, $1,000, pay you back, you'll see that it's done.
Can I ask a question?
You can,
So you're a construction company that's working on the project. Who, is there a clerk that works for him, or some type of overseeing of where he's at with the, or he just submits work?
that's me. I'm watching it. I'm watching these projects that are going on right now.
But the ones we have going on now, we're not doing though. We sold the property then, and they just have to,
They have,
they have to meet a timeline. We don't have to, right? I mean, that's what I understand.
they have to meet a
So they-
12-month time program, but I have it's built into the mortgage agreement that I can go there at any time and look at those properties.
But they know their parameters of how much money those
They,
align, I mean.
they put their money into it. I go check the property, they have 12
We don't
months.
have one of the phone that you said about
Right.
600,000.
No, that's
We're
what
talking
that's
about private money that's
Okay.
being expended
Two
versus.
different things we're talking about. One's
I didn't
private
know
money,
both of
one's
those.
government money.
Thanks for the clarification.
Got it?
Any other questions on the budget?
I make a motion to accept.
Second? Jerry? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Any round, Mike?
Yep. We took the Imran properties, we'll have to have a discussion down the road on, again, which ones we're gonna rehab ourselves and which ones we're going to have just what we did with the other projects. We're not putting our own money. I can look into, Jimmy, like you suggested, and Ray, maybe look at how other counties, if it's even legal to do things like, I don't know about a bonus program or, I know they do things like they offer low-income loans. I don't know if we want to get into that. I don't know, I don't know.
Is it legal?
They do, some counties do loans and things, but
Well, we got a thing like at the IDA at 222 where the Jim Seward thing where you would spend 2,000, the applicant would spend 2,000 on the project, we'd give you a low interest loan for 2%. Okay. And then we would give you 2,000, right? You would with that money.
someone's managing that loan then.
Yeah, I mean, we do that at the IDA, but, I mean, something similar to that, or can you give them a tax break?
Maybe a match, maybe we do a match, not the loan, maybe you,
Whatever.
I don't know.
Try to figure out how to do it.
I'll do a deeper dive with other counties to see what they do and how they do it, with kind of to spur something, I've had a lot of interest in people now seeing some of these projects and people talking, hey, I want to do this. I've had several calls now.
That's good.
Interest wanting to do this, and people looking at the website, even though that there's 2 projects on there now, they're old, they're calling about those projects. The Main Street property is still listed there, even though the date's on there, they say, well, I know the date's on there, just calling about it. they're interested, people are looking and they're asking questions. So I think there'd be a lot of interest in people wanting to rehab these projects on their own still. So we just gotta figure out how we're gonna spend the rehab funds. The state really wants us to do it. I'll delve deeper into it, how we can do that without rehabbing properties ourselves, if we can do it jointly with a contractor, maybe, I don't know. I'll look into it. I don't know.
Zombies?
Zombie properties, Bob, we still gotta meet with the mayor.
I know.
Greg and
Mark.
And any community that you wanna meet with your public officials, we should do that. I've talked to the mayor, that with the city, and I talked to your friend.
What was your response?
She'll meet whenever you can, whenever we can get together, us as a group.
What zombies is she looking at?
I brought up there's several of them in Herkimer. There's a few that are, people are interested in, and there's several vacant lots that, I believe that any of the vacant lots that are on the zombie list should be try and get them wiped off the zombie list. Vacant lots should be, you try and get one of the neighbors to take the lot, just get them off the zombie list.
And your text.
We really gotta have a sit down with the legislature sometime with with the Article 19 proceedings. If they take the property, the taxes that are owed, how do we handle that situation? How does they handle it in the past? Do they forgive the taxes or not? I don't know,
That's a good question. Usually a case by case basis.
Kim, did you find out what the taxes were on that one property? So
It's
just,
very small.
just for one in question.
that's a small one. It's
They
up on,
owe 2001, 2002, 2003, $1,153.
those are all the back taxes?
All 3 years, right?
Yeah, that's one up on 51. It's a property that is caved in. The people are willing to pay the Article 19 proceeding fees and clean up the property. So I contacted the town through Ray's help, and the town's willing to do it. So they're gonna go through the Article 19 proceedings. So then the question arose, well, what about the back taxes? So we'll have to figure that out through the legislature. Does it come through me, the request of the legislature? Does the town request to do it that way? I don't know, however, the legislature wants to handle it.
And that's new, so
So we gotta figure that out.
we'll have to get you on the agenda next time.
Like, just as a suggestion, I know we've heard a couple of Article 19s already.
Yeah.
It is a little bit of money for this building to throw out, is it? Maybe the committee might want to think
It's the
about.
Supreme Court filing fees, to my knowledge.
It was, I thought it was.
Probably attorney fees.
I think it was.
Attorneys, yeah.
I thought it was a few $1,000s on the one from Kirkland.
Well, it's your Supreme Court filing fees and your lawyer's fees, whatever they're charging. If the village has a attorney on retainer, they should be the cost of that attorney's. I don't know if they're charging them extra to file it.
Also I know is it was an amount of money, I was just thinking, being that we're gonna generate the taxes back, once it gets put back on the tax roll, maybe the county could throw, say, let's pay for the Article 19 fee or whatever.
Or you could ask the people that want the property to pay for the.
Right, either way,
Like they're
In
doing
this case, the person I know, she's willing to pay the Article 19 fees.
Yeah, I mean.
So I would say in that case, we could waive the $1,100 in taxes.
Right,
She's
right.
paying and then we're gonna get the taxes back in a shorter amount of time anyways.
Right,
So if that might be the best solution. If people like, I'll use Van Alstyne's property next to Davenport that wants that property.
Yep.
We'll throw that out there. There's $15,000, I'm throwing figures, $15,000 owed in taxes. If he wants to pay the Article 19 fees, so it's $3,000 or $4,000, the county is willing to waive the taxes. There's no cost to the village and there's no cost to the county. They're waiting,
There's cost of the county.
there's a cost of county.
But it's ghost money though, Jim. I mean, ever since I've been here,
Well,
I mean, we show money, we show that on the books.
No, you guys will make that decision.
Right, but we show that on the books, but you'll never see like some of
but
the,
it's going back to the tax rules anyway, and it's gonna be rehab,
right.
that property. It's benefit, it's gonna be a benefit back to the taxpayer. Something to look at.
You just used the word rehab.
That one's gonna be a rehab.
Can we use that rehab money for the zombie property and pay the taxes with that rehab, being that it's gonna be put on the tax roll?
Taxes.
Got to look into that.
That might be an option.
Oh, use the surplus, Jimmy?
No,
Use the
use
rehab money that he
use
talked
the
about
That's
earlier.
money.
use the
Oh.
rehab money to pay the back
Up to a
taxes,
certain amount.
to take the property.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Lambic takes the property.
Pays the taxes off.
So Jim, I got a question for you. Like Bob said that was ghost money, and you said, no, it's not. So how do you ever plan on getting the 15,000? Say we're using 15 as a figure. How does it ever
It's
come
it's
back?
on our books that that's, you know what I'm saying, so it's real money out there.
But I mean, if it's a zombie property,
Would I support you? Absolutely.
no, I'm just asking, because that, from my knowledge,
But in my head, that's money that the county's giving.
but technically it is kind of,
Well,
we're not gonna get it, right? Is that what we're saying, or
It's a
no?
receivable, but when you're collecting.
It couldn't be now.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing.
That, I'm just trying to clarify for myself. I'm not, I wanted to, yeah, okay.
If it's 300, pay the bills. I mean, it's our, it's state money and it's taxpayer money. Back on the roll, get back on the
That's
roll.
actually-
We're
Let's say just from.
rehab.
I agree with you.
Because my thought always with that, Jim, and I've always said it, it's ghost money, yes, money on your book, but you can't go to the bank and take a loan out on that money because you don't know when it's coming in. So you're gonna be paying money back on a loan that you never know when you're gonna get money back in it. So I call it a ghost money. I mean, I would love to collect everybody, I mean, it's not just the Bill Kirkmer, it's everywhere, the money, but it's just ghost money. You think it's there, but it's not there.
But it still shows as a bus.
Right.
For Mr. Wallace, he's been through, so he's
Right,
got
yeah,
numbers
right.
that have to,
We just gotta, I've been saying this since I've been here, we gotta tackle the zombie properties. We have to start tackling those. And like I said earlier, the vacant lots are limited taxes owed to anybody. They should all be cleaned up as quickly as possible. I believe. They're the easiest and they should be cleaned up as quickly as possible.
I think you get less investment in it, that's what
Right.
you're saying, right?
Less investment, less hurt to anybody.
So Mike, with that said, okay, the one down there, I think it's Eureka, it was the old monastery or whatever,
Yep.
but it was ready to cave in there.
Yep.
But the village shut down, I mean, they didn't, I'm not,
No liens that we know of. Him and I looked at that.
right, and I can't believe they didn't do that because they spent quite a bit of money taking it down, but that's their own fault there.
Correct.
But, so that'd be pretty clear if we just put it up for sale then, right?
There's taxes owed on it.
Yeah, quite a bit, yeah. But that's a church, or wasn't it a church or something? I thought it was a ministry or something.
New Hope Church, I believe. it was.
Yeah, I think it's an old church.
New
Because I
Hope-
checked in
New
the
Hope
check.
Ministries.
Oh,
Wasn't exempt.
Oh, I don't think it was exempt.
right, but it was owned by,
I don't think it was exempt.
They might have
no, it wasn't
done-
exempt, but it was,
So there's tax due.
right. Oh, there is taxes due, I think, right? But for some reason, when I looked it up, when I worked with the village, it was some kind of a church organization.
Yeah, New Hope Ministries.
Yeah, you hope that, yeah.
That was the name of it, yeah.
So that would be, I mean, right there's a win-win right there to get that back.
There's a few of them. There's the one on Smith Street,
See,
right across from the Wallace Garage. It's the empty lot.
yep. Right,
Get rid of them. You know what I'm talking about, right?
somebody's mowing it.
Let's get it back on the rolls.
yeah, someone will pick that.
Anything else on vacant lots?
No, we just got to get them moving. Just one, I sent certified letters to Mr. Enya and, Mr. Kazuski for the lot down on, Pullman Street and got no response from either one. Oh,
Which Krasuski?
Mr. Enya called me, he's not interested. So
Which Krasuski is,
I don't want to get stuck with that vacant lot.
That's fine.
which Krasuski?
Fran,
The father or
The kid,
okay,
kid owns a rental house,
okay.
and you think he'd want that lot because it goes right.
Well, I actually have a contact with him. If you want, I can do a little digging, so.
See if he's interested. I mean,
Where's the lot?
I mean, we had a 500 minimum on the lot, we'd probably give it to him for $100 if we can get rid of the lot.
Where's the lot?
It's right, it goes right up the foot from his house.
Yeah, but what's the street?
Pullman,
Pullman? Okay. I know his sister really well. I'll talk
we don't want to get stuck with the lot.
Okay.
What about the one in Ilion, that, on that single street? I called you on, and you said you had to wait because he has to go to auction.
We got that one, that's, I was going to get title to
Part of
it.
the sidewalk.
We're gonna do that through the side lot, when we get title.
Oh.
I know, is
We
it,
do have time,
she transferred them?
pretty soon, yeah. Well, we.
I haven't put signs up because I haven't
Not
got
the
notification.
resolution, but now they're doing the deeds.
Yeah, once I get them, I'll put signs up that we own the properties. And then we can talk to them.
Okay.
There were the new ones we just gave you, right, Mike?
That's it for
Anybody
side
else?
lots.
I need a motion on our webpage, $100 a month, $1,200 a year.
January 1st to
Second,
Motion.
any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, so carried. Anything else, Mike?
I'm gonna dig a little deeper. I talked to Jim briefly about it. The courthouse building, looking into some grants, historic preservation grants, funding to do some renovation to that structure, interior and exterior. See what I can do for it. Perhaps turn title over to land bank, do some renovation, turn it back over to county after. See what I can,
What's a shot?
see what I can do for money.
Gotta be historic money out there, right?
Yeah,
You got a place-
Historic preservation funds.
Laser cake?
so if we can get some money, we'll do it that way. Get it done, get it back.
You plan on going to that thing up to college?
I didn't put my name down. I got it on my list here, Jimmy.
There's a lot of programs for that.
I saw there's, what are the timeframes? One, you had to sign up for timeframes. Is that two different programs I'm looking at?
Yeah, I don't know those details, but I know it's that day.
23rd, right?
Yeah, there's some programming that might
More
Yeah.
or more
be
than.
advantageous to you. Historic credits and all that. Good stuff. Or there may be another one.
Cool, one to 23rd, one.
One's 23rd, one's 24th.
I think it's the 24th, but
I think Jimmy's talking about the 24th, right?
The 24th, you have to sign up, to do the timeframe, a 30-minute timeframe.
you might get
The
something out of
23rd, you're talking at one.
Yeah. Right.
That's when he said that.
You want $30 on the 23rd.
Okay, I'll go check them out.
Won't you?
Legislators bitching enough, they got it for free now.
Hey, no, hey, you don't use that four-letter word. This fee has been paid.
I'm butter word.
Free.
Oh, Jimmer.
Well,
Well, that includes you too.
I'm only kidding.
What do we get for free on this?
I included it, huh?
You gotta.
I got a motion to close second.
Second.
Jimmy, all in favor?
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
You want the motion to share for Randy?
Sure.
Yeah. so-
Mike, can I talk to you before?
Yeah.
Mike,
Yeah.
Mike, can I talk to you before I go?
Yes, I just wanted to close